Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and another video. So if anyone watched my videos before around crypto investing and staking, I'm a big believer in really building up that passive income. Now it's great to be traders and obviously buying and selling crypto or other assets to try and make, I won't say quick profits, but sustained profits over a long period of time. But just having something in the background that is constantly making a percentage on a daily return is obviously very, very powerful. And one of those things that as it compounds and gets to a much bigger account size and accumulates over time, that really allows us to take a step back from the real pressures of life and just let that pay us a wage and pay for all of our bills. So I've been staking crypto for just over a year now, obviously done quite well with certain projects. I've now taken all those profits out and moving that into drip. Now the promise of drip is actually pays 1% per day, which I think is a fantastic return, but again that always comes with big risks. Now I just want to categorise that this is not financial advice, this is purely what I'm doing. It's more just for reference, that if anyone wanted to do their own research and look at these projects, please feel free to go and read all the white papers and look at the projects, look at other videos on this that people have done on YouTube and make your own informed decision. Just do not take my word for it, but again I'll just report on what I've done and the returns I'm seeing. Now in all these platforms there's always that uncertainty. How can we sustain the level of payments? Is it a Ponzi scheme? Is it going to be a rug pull? How is it backed by anything in the background? Now, some of the bigger platforms, let's say I've been staking with drip.com for a while with their true GBP and getting 10-12% return. That's obviously now diminished and not giving those returns anymore. But obviously they are working on a massive business model and backing all of their transactions, etc., through other revenue streams. But these projects, how do they actually make money? How's all it? It's very difficult to actually quantify that. All we can do is do the research and also take their word for it. They're going to keep paying these things out. Now often if it's a Ponzi type scheme where people are just putting in their money, they are seeing returns but it's staked for a very long period of time and unable to make withdrawals, that's obviously a red flag for me. But with drip you can actually go in and withdraw and sell at any point. So again, that's obviously a bit reassuring, so that's why I sort of took the plunge and started staking. Now the other thing is it going to be a rug pull? Potentially. We've seen the token pretty much stable for the past 6 months around about the $6 to $8 mark. Now previously it has been as high as $160. Now when we sort of have seen this over the past year, obviously if you get them at the start, there's obviously significant drop in the value of the token, but it's actually been quite stable. So again, that for me shows that it's there, it's hopefully going to have a long-term future. Whether it's 3 months, 6 months, a year, I don't know. I was going to be putting my money in with a particular plan to be able to get the money out as soon as I can. Now to get started with drip, the first thing to do is have a wallet to be able to connect into the actual platform. I use Trust Wallet. I think it's a fantastic application and very easy to actually connect through the Wallet Connect app, just literally scanning a QR code from the actual website, connecting your wallet to actually the back end. Obviously you need to buy BNB tokens, and for that I use crypto.com, and obviously all you have to do there is purchase them in the crypto.com app, transfer them over to your Trust Wallet, and then once it's connected you can then buy your drip. You also need a buddy to get started with drip. Obviously it's a referral scheme. There's a link in the description below with my actual link. You can click on the link, that will take you to drip. Apply and authorize the buddy. Again, there's a small contract charge for that as well. That's all part of doing the business within drip. They're very small fees, and obviously that's then allows you to start staking and building up that 1% income per day. Now what there is also a tax at startup called a whale tax. Actually take out 10% of your initial purchase, which is again a bit of a shame, but because it's actually paying a 1% return, within a week and a half you've actually gained back that initial investment anyway. So originally I put in 19.5 BNB, which equated to 733 drip. At the time that was just over $5,000, again with the 10% tax, obviously dropped down a little bit. I wasn't too worried, and obviously that's now compounding up. Now what we're seeing is I'm getting the 1% per day, and so far I've managed to accumulate 13 or so drip, which I've actually compounded back into the initial stake. There is no auto compounding. You actually need to hit the hydrate button, and on doing that obviously takes the drip you've accumulated in a day and adds it back into the main pool. Now there is a fee to that. You still have to pay a small contract fee. For me it works about 40 pence, so probably 50 cents US. a small price to pay when I'm bringing in $50 to $60 per day. So you can see that Drip's been running for well over a year now, and obviously people have been getting that consistent return of 1% per day. I'm probably always the last one to jump onto these things and then end up losing out. But as long as this runs for me, for about 3 months, my plan is to accumulate, hydrate on a weekly basis, take that money out, start compounding, getting better returns, and then when I'm at a point where my equity and capital is the same as our estate, I'm actually going to sell that and take that back out, just so I'm in a zero risk perspective. Now, I expect that to happen within about 80 to 90 days, and at that point, I'm at no risk. I can let it run. And obviously let it accumulate and accumulate until I'm actually at a point where another potentially 3 months down the line, that's paying a significant income, and I can take that on a weekly basis, and that will cover most of my daily bills, which I think is actually not in a bad place to be. So I hope you found today's video useful, and it obviously shows you the power of staking, compounding, and looking at passive investments. Now for me, it really is a supplement to the other trading and investing I'm doing on the side. It literally is put it there, leave it alone, and hopefully it'll accumulate. And at the same time, if the value of the token does go up from where it is at the moment, $7, back up to 160, there's a huge return on investment there as well. Personally, I don't think that will happen. I think obviously, as we're seeing, it's been quite stable for the past 6 to 8 months, but maybe a bit longer than that. And it'll probably retain there. If, as always, the value of crypto starts going up, it will be dragged up with it because more excitement in the crypto market. But I'm not actually banking on making returns on the token itself, purely on the daily percentage return and taken out as a profit. So thanks for watching today's video, and I'll chat with you all again soon. Cheers!